Okay, it's Saturday the 28th of April, and I have my team in training out, and this is my submission for your garden. So, we're walking up a little hill on our walk break, but I got my newest one, 8 years old, Nola, in training to do an 8-hour relay. The first race we're doing is Mother's Day, a 5K. So this week's podcast, guys, is garden. And I told Carlos we don't have a garden. We tried it, we failed, and we don't have one because 1 year the bees didn't do their job. The next year the rabbits ate it all. So we fenced it all in. And the next year the shade just was too much. It didn't get enough sun. So, it produced a little bit, but not a lot. And having a big family like ours, where we typically have 11, 12, 13, 14 people eating at the table every day, a garden would be a big help. Let's run. But, I don't know. What do you think about this year, guys?
Garden.
So what do you think we got to do differently to make it grow? Watch out.
Build a greenhouse. No.
Build a greenhouse?
That's bad for the environment.
A greenhouse is?
No,
Why?
Yeah, greenhouse gases keep the heat. No, that's not garbage. And then that's garbage. No, that's garbage. Greenhouses are plants in it. Greenhouse gases. But that's not where that's not.
Come on, no, you got it. Come on, pull this hill.
The earth. That's why we get global warming. That's
greenhouse effect?
Garbage causes greenhouse gas. Yeah, but so does greenhouses. No, that's why they're called greenhouse gases.
No. All right, so if we can't do greenhouses,
into the earth,
then what?
we're gonna have to do a greenhouse and see what happens. We can do it out in the front lawn. It's our experiment.
Is this guy driving?
Yes.
Oh, that would be yes. Over here.
Don't.
Don't talk like that. I don't know.
You're gonna hit that bush.
He may be a caretaker. Come on, let's go. We're running in the cemetery. The church has people taking to the cemetery. This is a quarter-mile track. How are you doing, Nola? Oh yeah, we're talking about a garden.
Yeah.
I would like flower garden.
Yeah, I like flowers.
Well, I would like a food garden too, but well, we need better dirt because we live where it's all clay.
Let's do it with pepper. Let's take the pepper food and put it in.
We did last year. We bought in fertilizer.
Food that we don't eat. We can put
compost they call it.
Potatoes. We can plant potatoes. Guys don't use food like potatoes.
What doesn't?
Rabbits don't really pick up potatoes.
It's not the robins I'm worried about.
Rabbits.
Oh.
And chicken bones too.
Although the birds ate all of our strawberries last year.
Yes, that is true. Not even one of us got to try one strawberry.
I don't know. I've tried years. I used to live, before you guys, in a place that was, before that it was farmland.
Yep.
Actually cows. It was a cow pasture. So I had so many tomatoes one year that I couldn't take care of them all. And they just rotted and went to seed. Next year I planted a lot more tomatoes because I'm Italian. I love to make tomato sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And all the ones from the year before came up. So I had truly about a quarter of an acre of tomatoes. I was putting them by the roadside free, take them. I was knocking on people's door. You want these tomatoes?
Give them to cows. Give them to the circus.
To the circus.
Yes. Yeah. So if they do a bad job, you throw them at them. Yeah.
Circus.
That is the key.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap this up, guys, because our 5 minutes is almost done. So this is Ellen and the clan out running, quarter-mile track by our church. and talking to you on your 5 minutes about garden or lack thereof. Have a great day.
Hi, this
Go ahead.
Hi, this is Max Loftus, and there's a podcast for your 5 minutes, and the topic is gardens.
Yeah. Okay, let's go, guys. I don't know. Jude was pretty busy talking, so...
Let's do our argument.
No, we already did that. So, Jude, you were saying if you had a greenhouse, then what? What would be the pros?
Keep out birds and flies, and it can get more sun. And the rabbits can't dig in through the holes. You need to be nice because there's plastic floor.
Okay.
And wouldn't it keep out the small doo-doos in the rain?
Yes.
But yeah, we'll keep out the rain, although...
That would mean we need more water.
Right.
Well, maybe there's sunroofs on greenhouses, so you couldn't do that. There's like these little windows on the top of it.
Right. So what would that do?
That
Yeah.
could let in the rain. You know how on slopes the rain goes down and it goes in?
Yeah.
We can just put the plants on the edges or where the water collects most.
Then what will we do when snow covers it?
Snow covers it?
Well, you don't usually use a greenhouse in the winter.
You just take it
harvest
down?
them in the fall. No, you harvest them in the fall.
No, they just stay empty. Some people take them down.
Oh.
Hey, Nola. How are you doing?
Good,
How are you feeling?
good,
And what do you think about this running?
good.
Nola is a girl of few words. So, this is what, our 4th lap?
Yeah, I think so.
Or our 3rd, or our 4th, and it's a quarter mile here. So Nola's goal is 1.5 miles today, and we're almost there. So, back to gardens. So what would you grow in a garden?
Strawberries, since you know how big they get?
Yeah.
They get so big.
All right, what else?
Flowers.
Flowers?
We can take pictures too.
Yay!
So we can show we really do have
A
spring.
blueberry bush.
Let's run. Blueberry bushes are wild. You don't grow those in a garden.
Oh.
What else? What's your favorite vegetable?
I'm thinking of corn, but corn is pretty hard. I'm thinking
Yeah, it needs a long season, and lately in the Berkshires, we just don't have a long enough season.
I think
I grow cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, carrots, Swiss chard, spinach, onions. Those are a root vegetable.
Cheese. Oh wait, that's cabbage.
Oh, really?
No, when you said Swiss, I was thinking of cheese.
Nola, what would be your favorite vegetable to grow in a garden?
green beans.
Green beans, you got it.
Let's try doing on green onions. You know those
Scallions, yeah?
onions? Yeah. But there's different types of it. I don't know about
Must be an Asian thing. I don't know. Onions are awesome.
Yeah. Carrots.
I think carrots. Another root vegetable.
What about beets?
I love beets.
Well, you can't
Beets are good for your blood.
Radishes.
Yeah. You can grow them a couple times a season.
Asparagus.
asparagus, yeah.
Yeah. Asparagus is so expensive to buy.
We can just have no expense. Well, the only expense we have to have is
Get the
seeds. Yeah.
Yeah, but once you make the seeds, oh wait.
Yeah.
Asparagus have seeds?
Beats me. Well, yeah. I'm sure it starts that way.
We could do tomatoes over and over.
Yeah, but they'll multiply over and over.
I used to make fried green tomatoes,
Oh, yeah.
green tomato relish,
Oh, I don't know.
spaghetti sauce ad nauseum. I'm a good Italian girl.
Oh, we should do squash. Squash.
Yeah, zucchini, yellow, right?
Hot peppers.
Summer squash.
Peppers.
Yeah, the year
peppers.
before last, there was a beetle
Yeah.
that ate all of our peppers,
No,
remember?
I thought they ate the
What
leaves.
color was it?
It was green. The peppers were green.
No, they ate the peppers.
The
They were a
beetle was
weird
silver.
pepper beetle.
Were they
So they told me to put something organic, wholesome on the plant. I can't remember. And it did not work. I can't remember if it was flour or something.
Wasn't there like a spray? Did we have to spray it?
No, I did not. Well, maybe I mixed it to spray. But
We could use bird things.
all right, guys, we got to wrap it up. This is Max's submission for
Your 5 minutes.
and the topic is
Gardens.
yes.
Okay, I'm going to take you on an acoustic tour of my garden. As I step outside, trying not to spill my coffee. Okay, so the first thing I see is my neighbor's wonderful apple tree with all its blossoms. He should be getting a lot of apples. So walking up the driveway, I come up past my fig tree, which has 4 main branches and some leaves, so I might have some figs this year. And past the blackberry patch, and the little, what's it called now, Charlie Brown Christmas tree in the making. My apple tree doesn't have that many leaves on it, but it is further away from the prime location of my neighbor's tree. Plus its roots aren't quite as well established. As I go through my gate into the back, into the protected area, away from the deer. Good, it latched. Alright, past the deer fence, past last year's dill, which is standing now about 8 foot tall. The seeds are probably still viable. Past last year's poppies, and the green bin that I have, which is in fact black, where I put all my compost, all the leaf and lawn trimmings go in there. And then past Norma's 3 beds, she has some planted areas with wooden boards around them. And this thing looks like, I'm not sure what it is, chervil, I think. And the rock garden of my making, and Norma's last bed with her, where she's going to put her tomatoes this year. Past an azalea bush, which looks pretty good this year. Past Stanley Perkins's fern. One of my clients gave me a fern because it was getting too big for his garden. Past Nora's tree, a little hazelnut tree, which is now taller than me. That was another client of mine that has also died. She gave me a little tree, which is now bigger than me. Past the lilac bush, or the lavender bush, sorry, not lilac, under the branch of my plum tree. There's also a planter here by the window under our bedroom, which has enormous parsley growing in it. And the corner with the rhododendron bush and the lavender, another planter with lavender. Door is locked. I will have to go out the way I came. So that is the tour of my garden.
Good morning. This is Suzanne in Lexington, Kentucky, walking through everybody else's garden having sneezing fits. It's lovely in the spring in Lexington, and this year some things bloomed late and other things bloomed early, so it's just a riot of color and flowers and pollen. So much for that. This year, my garden is a little late going in, and I don't even know if it's going to happen. I garden on a terrace, which means container gardening. And you're kind of limited, but not entirely, and it does require work because lugging enough buckets of water out for, 6 tomato plants or more can get a little tedious. But tomato plants, and let's face it, there's only 2 things in this world that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Thank you, Guy Clark. Look that one up, Carlos. You'll love the words if you love a good homegrown tomato. So, that being said, they're replacing the tiles on our terrace, which should start in about 3 weeks, and that means I don't even know if I'm going to try tomatoes this year, because to have them hauled inside, moved around, it could be messy and difficult and just a lot of trouble. But then again, we're talking tomatoes. Here, I found that the best one to grow is called a Cherokee Purple. It's a locally known variety, heirloom for the most part, and quite tasty. So that's what's in my garden.
Hello, this is Chris from Wisconsin, and I promised Carlos an audio file, so here it is. It is about 6 o'clock on Wednesday morning, May 2nd. This is one of my son's birthdays, and you can hear probably the birds singing, maybe occasional thunder, and the chickens are saying good morning, and they're ready to get out of their kennel. So Jim and I and our youngest son, he's 10 years old, we just ran the K9 5K in Racine, Wisconsin, and completely unreal. It was like partly a trail run, partly on hard-packed, like biking, running trails, and we were stunned, to say the least, that we placed. I never thought I would place in my age group in a race, but they did placings by every 5 years, and so they start out at like 70 or 80 to 75, and they go down. Well, they got around, the 50, 55, and my husband placed second, and then they got down to my age group, 45 to 50, and I placed third. And they got down to our son's age finally, 10 to 15. He's 10. He was second. So we almost didn't even go to this run because I had some ankle problems, but I put a ton of tape on my ankle. And we were just doing it as a goal. We were doing it partly as my son's 4-H project that he was documenting his training to run his first 5K. So this was just perfect that he placed, and we'll get that book all put together for him. So yeah, that's my little update and my intro, and I hope you guys all enjoy your run. Thank you.
Hi, Carlos. My name is Alexandra, and I'm 11 years old, and I caught a snake yesterday. I was really hungry today, and I caught a turtle today, and it's small, and I read about Thomas Jefferson. He's very interesting, and he wrote the Declaration of Independence, and Lewis and Clark were exploring down in Louisiana at the time, and what else did I say, Mom? And their exploring was really interesting.
What do
in
you
the Indian tribes.
What are you gonna do with the turtle and the snake?
We're gonna let the snake go at. Oh, I'm sorry. And we're gonna let the turtle go at a lake called Ottawa, and we're going to let the snake go in a marsh. All right, bye.
Hi, Carlos, the running jackal. I ran a 5K and I got 3 medals, and I'm doing really good. And I have a dog at home that's named Zoe. That there's going to be a dog show coming up, and I did a practice dog show, and it's pretty good. And I like to run and
Say your name or how old you are.
my name's Harlan and I'm 10 years old. Bye!
I'm up in the upstairs bedroom, looking out the window. There's currently an incredible electrical storm going on. It's about 11 o'clock at night. Lighting up the entire garden and beyond. The weather's going absolutely bananas. Well, I did have in mind that I was going to cut the grass tomorrow. Oh, there's a bus. Must be one of the last buses. Imagine being out in this weather, trying to drive. Well, hello. This is Ree once again. Just stepping out into the garden. It's a few days after that big electrical storm. And I still haven't managed to get the grass cut. And I'm just walking across the area of grass, past the bay tree where the sparrows like to sit, and through the kitchen garden. And that's it. I've reached the sheds, so it's not a very big garden. It's long and thin, typical suburban back garden in England. And I'm just sitting down on some stone steps, which are outside one of the sheds. That's where I like to sit, when the weather allows, with a cup of tea or something, surveying my estate. Well, there's houses all around, but you can't really see the neighbours too much. There's trees lining the edge of the garden, so it's fairly private. You don't feel encroached on too much. Not sure what I'm going to do about that grass. The only thing I can do at the moment, really, is watch the grass grow. It's too wet to do anything about it. I did a bit of research actually about whether you could use guinea pigs to keep the grass short. It's feasible. Guinea pigs, they don't seem to be too much trouble, and I did think I could get a small hutch and a small run and move it around the quite small area of grass that I've got. I even looked into whether there were any guinea pigs at the local rescue centre, and there were 3. Anyway, gave it a little bit of thought, and I'll sleep on it, and then I'll probably dismiss it, like a lot of those daft wheezes that I do have. We do have some flowers, we have some shrubs dotted about.
However, the most frequent flower I think in this garden at the moment is the dandelion. And there's plenty of those have popped up in the last couple of weeks. The flowers are closed at the moment because it's such a dull day. They're all shut. They don't want to come out on a day like this. And we also have a lot of bluebells which seed themselves like nobody's business. Anyway, the kitchen garden is mainly soft fruits. Rhubarb, huge rhubarb patch, blueberries, strawberries and raspberries. I think probably my ideal garden would be an orchard. A few chickens running around with orange and lemon trees. I'm thinking something Mediterranean. Don't know if that'll ever happen. Anyhow, that's a little bit about my garden, in my garden. Well, this is Ree on the south coast of England by the rhubarb patch, signing out.
So I will take this opportunity to thank, in order, Ellen, Max, me, Suzanne, Christine, and Ree this week to the, what was it now? Gardens, my garden. That episode was a lot of fun to put together, and I am ending it off with this final bye-bye from the running jackal in Victoria as I swoop my way, hello, as I swoop my way down on the chip trail at the golf course. Hi there. There's Jane. I'll see her on the other side. Hello. Okay. So next week will be favorite recipes. They could be favorite recipes for food, or favorite recipe for success, favorite recipe for happiness. Anyway, I will leave that up to you guys to interpret as you see fit. So, once again, bye-bye from Victoria, BC. Seconds ahead. Hello.